What's up, y'all? JDB Sports back here for a week 7 prediction, going over week 6 right now. How y'all doing? Good to be back and around our scheduled time. Peyton, we got some news to get through. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Yourself?
Doing all right. Can't complain at all.
Heck yeah.
Go ahead and get this news and get this rocking and rolling.
Yeah, not too many injuries. Good news for football. Good news for the product that's on the field. Good news for the players, of course. But Lamar Jackson set to return after bye this week. So he'll return week 8. Should be a lot more formidable team for the Ravens going forward. They have a lot of easy opponents. We'll see if they can claw back into the playoff race.
I'm not too optimistic on that, just for the fact that you just see how bad the team fell apart. I know it's Cooper Rush we're talking about here, but how bad the team fell apart without him. It seems like the one man makes the team, and that's just not how a team should be built or ran. I just guess the offensive playbook put in place for Cooper Rush was just wasn't good enough. And I guess they didn't get out the snuff. They probably just assumed Lamar Jackson was going to be in there, no injuries, no nothing. I guess they just really didn't prepare Cooper Rush as much as he should have been, and that's on Cooper Rush as well. You got to be ready any given time to play, and he showed that he's not been there, been ready.
Yep. Two straight duds from the Ravens, and we'll talk about them more a little bit later in their games versus the Rams. But yeah, to say getting Lamar back is nice is an understatement for sure. Some other injuries that took place. I know Anthony Richardson actually snapped, I believe it was a stretching band into his eye, and had an orbital fracture actually in pregame warmups. And Charvarius Ward also got a concussion running into one of his teammates in pregame warmups as well. So a little bit of goofiness going on there in Colts land.
Yeah, honestly, what a way to do it as far as getting hurt with a stretching warm-up band. Not really looking good if Daniel Jones ends up either flopping or getting hurt or something like that. Anthony Richardson's not helping his bid there to get back into a starting job. I hate to see it because I really wanted him. I said before the season, I said give him the starting job already and it's short. And, obviously Daniel Jones has been lighting up in that Steichen system. So a lot of, I was proved wrong, and I admit that right then and there. Just hope he heals up because that doesn't sound too comfortable at all.
Yeah, snapping a band in your eye or around it, either or, and breaking your orbital bone from it. No fun. Speaking of no fun, Brian Branch, towards the end of the Chiefs-Lions game, had a little bit of words for Juju and actually clocked him in the face, resulting in a 1-game suspension. Appreciate the follow, Ellis.
Thanks, Ellis.
Yeah, suspended for 1 game now. He will be appealing. Any thoughts on that?
Honestly, it was too late. Like, honestly, they should have did it as it happened. He waited till after the game, and it was just one of those things to where you got to have a better temper. You have to show your professionalism. You guys get paid a lot of money, and obviously people are gonna have some words out there for you with how things are going down, and it's unfortunate for him getting suspended. The Lions really need him, really star out there. So I hope he can get the appeal. I mean, it's a little slap, man. We're grown men out here.
Yeah, at the same time, do I think it should have been done? No. And if the NFL doesn't punish him, then who knows if this runs rampant.
Yeah, let me throw something at you. All right, so Richard Sherman got punched in the face after the 2012 playoff game, I believe, against Seattle by Trent Williams. So he didn't get suspended. Richard Sherman didn't get suspended. So what? Why are they all of a sudden being so soft on it? That's the question.
Yeah. No, I totally understand. Damian, I would say Kincaid, Swift, if you really need a tight end. Ridley's basically useless.
DeAndre Swift ran all over us last night, bro. I'm so pissed.
Yep. He had a fantastic game, and they're looking like they're running the offense kind of around and through him.
Yeah, it's honestly against Washington. I think Ben Johnson really schemed that up very well, but we'll talk about that later. Definitely the toss crack is our kryptonite because our edges just can't seem to get there. We're not really much of sideline to sideline speed with our linebackers. We're old, we're slow, and we're damn proud of it, I assume.
Yep.
Nice loss.
Yep. Feel it with the Chargers as well, one of their many weaknesses. But we'll talk about those teams a little later. Getting on to some of this wide receiver news, we got Garrett Wilson out about 2 to 3 weeks with the hyperextended knee. Meka Egbuka out 2 to 3 weeks with a hamstring strain. Chris Godwin and Bucky Irving already out for Monday Night Football versus the Lions, so it looks like Buccaneers are going to be so shorthanded. And then Rashee Rice and Puka Nacua, injury news as well. Again, Puka missing this upcoming week probably, and then the bye, and then Rashee Rice set to come back off of suspension.
You think I should trade Saquon for Cook? Dalvin
yes.
or James? Which one are y'all looking at?
It's James.
Yeah,
Freaking Dalvin. Goodness.
He just got signed, didn't he, somewhere?
I don't know. I don't hear much about Dalvin Cook nowadays. He hasn't been good since about 2022.
Yeah, it was really, I think it was an under the radar signing, maybe a 1 year. I gotta look it up. You want to continue with the Fred Warner? I'll look into it.
Yeah,
I swear I've seen it over the week.
No worries. Yeah, I saw his picture pop up on my fantasy app too, saying he was trending, but it didn't show me a team. Fred Warner out for the year with an ankle dislocation, so the Niners are continuing to be banged up. There goes your two best defenders for the year, Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Really just hoping for that team to keep their miracle coaching run up and keep eking out these games.
Dude, he was with the Cowboys last year? Dude, who would have thought?
He was. Right. Yeah, he did terrible for him.
Yeah, I swore I was looking into. Well, I seen him signing a 1 year deal with somebody, but I don't know exactly who it was. If anybody has that, you could drop them down in there. But I'm not gonna harp too much on it. It's Dalvin Cook we're talking about. So,
yeah, Dalvin Cook in the big 2025. I don't know if it mixes.
Afro-Man in the big 2025 does. What's your favorite white girl wasted song?
Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. That's an easy one for me.
Oh man, that's show my age right there. You gonna start singing a couple bars for it? I don't have a white girl wasted song. I'm not really into the mainstream music like that.
What?
But,
way back when you got a pop song? Since You've Been Gone, here's the thing. We started out friends.
Let me ask Tia. Hey Tia. Hey Tia. Oh, sorry. What is your favorite white girl wasted type of song?
Everyone has one, Ryan. You're right.
Oh, she doesn't have one either.
What?
Yeah.
You don't like no Paramore? No.
I mean, Paramore's all right. I guess Misery Business is one of those.
There you go.
Or Evanescence, To Bring Me Back to Life could be another one.
Okay. Well, perfect. There you go, Ryan.
Get on this Titans news since we already had
Yep, no worries. And Ryan, drop yours below, please. Titans news, we got Mike McCoy, former Chargers head coach, filling in for Brian Callahan, fired from the Titans. We made a short on that. Go check it out, by the way. Alex, how do you feel about this? I'm not too fond of the move.
I just remember the fact that you kind of despise Mike McCoy in the end, up in his tenure in LA. I don't know how much Brandon appreciate the likes on the live, man, coming in for the support. But what I gotta say is about Mike McCoy coming in and being the interim. Is he going to be even much better than Brian Callahan? I don't think so, personally. I mean, I think it's going to be kind of tit for tat. Just really don't think they can instill and turn around something this quick. They're going to want to play for him. They'll probably play for him more than Brian Callahan, but I feel like let's say he comes in, they win their first game, because interim head coaches usually do somewhat decent off that first game. But if he comes in and they lay up stinkers the next 2 weeks, I just feel like it's going to be a completely lost locker room, and it's going to be a bottomed out team that needs to be really restructured from the top and down again. And then, like you say, then Cam Ward stuck in the mix with, he just got drafted. It's going to be his second-ish offense to third, depending on if they change too much. Which they probably wouldn't this year. They probably wouldn't change too much because he was the senior assistant, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But next year it's going to be offense number 2, and it's just not looking good for his development. I mean, Caleb Williams, I'll shoot it at him too, because he's on his second offense in as many years, and it's just not looking like he's he's thriving with Ben Johnson right now. I mean, obviously you can tell, but there were moments, especially last night and in weeks past, where his inaccuracies just showed. I seen a stat last night talking about 23% of his dropbacks or his targets are off target, and it's highest in the NFL.
Yeah, he does tend to loft throws and everything like that, and I think that's outside of the play callers themselves. But I like the point you bring up about the continuity year 1 and 2 with these rookie quarterbacks. Yeah, you can't keep shoving them different food and expect them to react the same.
Unless it's good food.
Heck yeah.
All right.
But alrighty. Well, last 2 pieces of news. We'll jump into some game recap here. Eagles' Zadarius Smith actually retires out of nowhere.
Yeah, I couldn't handle the Eagles more than likely. He was getting bullied around against the Giants. Just really couldn't finish, and just feel like he's just like I'm too old for this. He's not in his prime anymore. Jackson Dart made him look silly a couple times. Scadaboo as well. He just overran a couple plays, and honestly, good on him to make that decision mid-season. I know it's hard for a lot of people to do that. As far as retiring, you don't want to walk away from the money, and you love the game and stuff like that. But Zadarius retiring was a good move. He just knew. I think he knew it was the end. He's out of his prime. He's not going to keep up with the young boys, and that's it.
Yeah,
I respect him.
And Brandon, I like your pick in the chat, by the way. Firework by Katy Perry.
Basic. But yeah.
I actually performed that song when I was in elementary school to a bunch of Chinese foreign exchange students that came over, and we did a little flash mob for them, and it was so cringy.
You know what's funny? Tia could play E.T. on the piano.
Oh, that's sick. That is sick.
Yeah, she was doing that a lot when we first met. I think the last time she actually brought the piano out, she was playing a little bit of it. Something that I guess never ends or always sticks with you, and that's cool. I never learned how to play piano. I took classes when I was in high school, but I spent them just not really goofing off, but not really getting it either.
Yeah. Music's hard, so I get it.
Not a rhythm guy as far as that goes. Drums too, it's difficult. But anyways, let's get on to Jaguars trading Tyson Campbell and a 7th round pick to the Browns for Greg Newsome in his 6th. What do you think about this move, and how do you think it benefits both teams, man?
I like it. As far as the Jaguars go for the most part, just because.
Yeah, that's the buddy I was telling you about.
Heck yeah!
All right.
I would say Tyson Campbell at this point and Greg Newsome are pretty similar in terms of talent, but Campbell does have a much bigger contract. So you get a better draft pick and you get the cheaper deal out of it with the better scheme fit. I really like it for the Jaguars. I think they struck gold there.
There you go. Let's get into this game recap. Let's talk about the Eagles at Giants. 17-34 win for New York, which is crazy because I was the only one out of all us 3 that picked the Giants to win in an upset. Like I said, we talked about Zadarius Smith getting fooled by Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo, and it was just the Giants' offense was really giving the Eagles' defense fits. LOL to Kenny G. All right. Yeah, he's a Giants fan, so let's hype him up a little bit. They deserve their praise for knocking off the defending Super Bowl champions. So, Eagles lose their 2nd game in a row now. Offense looks flat, in my opinion. Jalen Hurts still can't throw the ball, and yeah, I guess Giants did a decent job at holding Saquon Barkley, which is kind of surprising to say.
Yeah.
Appreciate the rose, Brandon.
Heck yeah. And Brody, I think before I jump into my half of Eagles Giants, I think Rico could be a solid flex rest of the season, but you are counting on him taking a lot of Chuba's workload as well once he comes back. So just a little thing to be wary of. And again, like you touched on, Alex, the Eagles just fell flat completely in this game. I think offense and defense, you look at it, and it's a very, very bad performance. Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo running all over this Eagles.
Hey, John Gruden's still available. Come on, Kevin Pasullo, get fired.
I don't know, man. Him and Sirianni are really good buddies. I don't know if the change happens after this year. I don't know when it happens, if it'll happen, so there's a lot to be answered there. And honestly, if the Giants can start stringing a couple more wins together here soon. They're going to be competitive fast with all the division games at the end of the year for them. So
don't do that to them, boys. Look, we gotta talk about it. We're gonna be honest. We're gonna be honest about the Commanders game too, because the Commanders lost, fell flat on their face. But we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. And it is what it is. The Eagles' offense has been flat the last 2 games. I mean, really against Denver too. Denver really gave them fits, and ever since then, just haven't really been up to snuff. But now, Kevin Patulu's play calling and the way that offense is ran is really coming out to light. And I think Eagles fans are really getting a little bit squirmy. If Washington would have won last night, they would have been dethroned in first place in the NFC East due to divisional record. So, yeah, good win for the Giants, man. And Brandon said Dart is the new Cam Newton. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a stretch in my book, but hey,
more ego
put some
to him.
respect on
Him and Scadaboo bring something to the Giants that hasn't been seen for years now. Nice personalities as well. I mean, I know you got Jameis as backup, dude, ready to recite any type of opponent home at any time. And you got Scadaboo and freaking Dart playing around, and it's like they're playing footsies or headbutting each other. It's something. It's a nice version of Giant football that we haven't seen.
Yep. Go Giants. I'm all in for it. I think they're a fun team to watch, and I'd love to be wrong about Dart because he seems like a good dude.
Yeah,
I've been harping on him.
Honestly, he really shot up during the combine when he actually threw, and he threw well. Just ever since then, I didn't really, like, before we were even doing our little research for our drafts and our mock drafts and all that stuff. I didn't even know the dude, to be honest with you. Now he's back up to it, and he's really leading that Giants team to something special. Hopefully they can continue to rack up wins, maybe threaten the NFC East, depending on if the Eagles and the Commanders still continue to stumble, and Cowboys, of course, as well. We'll see.
Getting on to a stinker here. Broncos Jets 13-11. Justin Fields looks terrible. 90 yards of total offense, 9 sacks. At one point, there was more sacks than completions on his behalf. He can't get Garrett Wilson the ball. The other pass catchers are horrible. Surtain clamped Wilson down, and the Broncos played terrible as well, but eke out a win.
Yeah, 45 yards for Justin Fields is not going to get it done, and Aaron Glenn is not looking to bench him amid this disastrous start. So, New York teams are bad, it seems like this year. The Jets, I mean, the Giants are kind of clawing their way back. I mean, I know the Yankees just got eliminated too. Hate to see it. I don't know much about the other sports going on, but I mean, Peyton, you could probably shed some light on New York teams, but nah, the Jets, they're going to be the new Browns, man. They're going to be the new Browns. I see 0-16 in their future if they don't clean things up, and if Aaron Glenn starts to actually take things seriously. Justin Fields, he was running around in the preseason looking fine. Now it just seems like he can't get anything going versus anything. But it is Denver's defense we're talking about here. Denver's defense that slowed down Philly. Denver's defense that is one of the top units in the league. So you got to understand that. I guess I give the Jets a little bit of leeway. They stay competitive, sorta-ish. I mean, it's only a 2-point difference, but still remaining winless, and going into week 7 is not good by any stretch of the imagination. And that may be a Booger McFarland take, but it is what it is. Yeah, got nothing really much to say about it.
Yeah, no, I totally get you there. Broncos are an elite defense, but still, you want to see more out of this Jets team, especially with the first-year head coach. They just don't seem like they're setting the culture up in the right way to succeed. So it's neither here nor there. I think Aaron Glenn is going to be a first-year fire, but we'll see in the future.
If the Panthers lose to them, Brandon's baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very scary Vegas line they put out. I think Panthers are only favored by 1.5 on the road. I mean, I know the Jets are bound to get their first win, man, and the Panthers are due for a loss, but this is a really tough spot for me to see the Panthers lose.
Yeah, I don't think the Panthers lose. I think I predicted them to win, but we'll talk about that later. The I think it's just they don't trust Bryce Young, and honestly, a lot of people wouldn't. I don't think I really trust him in a game-winning scenario. Seems off this year. He's not really finding his balance that he had at the end of the year last year. Something's got to give. I mean, I really hope for the best for him. Like I said, I wanted them to be division winners this year, but we'll see. I mean, anything can still happen. There's still about 10, 11 weeks left of the season. So.
Heck yeah. A lot of ball left, and we love that.
Yeah.
Browns Steelers. Little gross game, in my opinion. 9-23. The Browns couldn't get their bread and butter going, and the Steelers just look insanely rested off of the bye week. Their defense comes to play, and they win handily. What do you think on this one?
Not really much to say about it. It's more or less a one-sided affair. Browns are on the road here. Thought the Browns would have took advantage and managed an upset by a point. I think I predicted that, and literally just them coming off their bye and wreaking havoc and shutting out the noise and getting to work. The Steelers did a really good job. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring affair, sort of, because you know how Browns-Steelers games usually go, or AFC North in general. To look at it, but I did not expect it to be a 23-9 game. I expected it to maybe be like a 14-9 or 13-9 game, a couple field goals more or less. Just hate to see it for Dylan Gabriel, rough outing, and then just hope they can get back on the high horse next week, maybe.
Yeah, playing the Dolphins, definitely a bounce back spot, but we'll get on to that right now in talking about the Dolphins and then kind of backtrack to their game next week. Chargers Dolphins.
I know my team. We will give the Jets their first win, no doubt. Okay. Wow.
Man, I hope the Panthers win this week. I really want Rico Dowdle to keep succeeding and
feed Dowdle. It'll be good. It'll be good for the team for sure. Feed Dowdle. Keep the ball out of Bryce's hands as much as possible, and I think you'll be all right. At the same time, keep the expectations low. That's good. That's real good, because then they can win and they can make you happy. But if you lose, it is what it is. You already know.
Yep.
Keep the expectations low, and that's where division winners and Super Bowl winners are made. Look at the 2011 Giants. In 2007 Giants, they weren't even expected to get there. They did.
You never know.
Talk about them Chargers.
Let's talk about them Chargers. Almost melting down, but I mean, this is a team that didn't look too sharp in the first half. You had that Aronde Gadsden fumble turning into the Achane 50-yard touchdown right off the rip. You think this is going to be a long day for the Chargers. They claw their way back. They go up, I believe, 13 and then lose the lead to the Dolphins late. And then it's Herbert and McConkey. McConkey's first elite game of the season and getting us into range to kick that field goal. Again, I just worry about this offensive line and the defense. This is an ugly win, but I will take a win.
Hey, a W is a W, but at the same time, you got to look at it. Yeah, you have got some shortcomings on that offensive line for sure. Many guys in and out. Your running back room isn't the most stable. You got Najee Harris out. You got Marion Hampton. He's on IR, am I correct? So,
yeah. And out for probably longer than his IR stint, they're saying now, too.
Chargers are dropping for me more and more. Their O-line is so mediocre. Yeah, but there's so many injuries, man. You got to look at it. So many injuries, and plus you weren't happy with a couple of the starting moves, anyways, if I'm not mistaken. All right, in the beginning of the year. So
yeah, our center is something. I'll say that.
Yeah, you'll get Cameron Cheeseman, wherever the hell he's at.
Get the cheese, man.
You should have something funny to say about him when he's stinking it up, snapping balls over Herbert's head.
Yeah, Harbaugh's praising him at this point. There's nothing I can say or do that'll sway him. So just gotta live with that.
We'll live or die on him.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the Pats Saints. Unless you have anything else you want to say about your Chargers.
Right. Jump on Drake May, no Diddy.
Everybody's starting to get on those memes. I think what did Rob say? He was going to spend like $6,000 on jerseys and hand them out to people. Oh man, the Drake May hype train is real, and give that man credit. I mean, I'm not gonna say he was overlooked in the draft because obviously Williams and Daniels are first. Then you look at May as that third option. You got Bo Nix. How do you grade these quarterbacks through these 6 weeks and last year, obviously? How do you grade them if you had to tally them up right now?
I would go Daniels, May, Caleb, Bo.
I would go Bo than Caleb. I just don't like Caleb's inaccuracy.
I know, but Bo faces a lot of the same things as well. and he can't. I think Caleb can push the ball downfield more effectively than Bo Nix can. I don't know. I think if Caleb Williams has Bo Nix's defense, that Bears team is extra scary. But
yeah, especially with Ben Johnson running the offense. Ben Johnson loves the zone stretch plays, it seems like, and that's what really killed him. Talk about that. We got Rams at Ravens 17-3. Win for the Rams, honestly, and what the Ravens put up as a dud. Like I said, Cooper Rush is really, it's that Wildcat. Wildcat? Okay.
All
right. Ben Johnson's getting real creative out here. Seen DJ Moore take a couple runs last night, but again, that's a game we come back. And off topic here. Rams 17-3 win at the Ravens. The Ravens have been dropping the home games ever since they dropped that one that they were supposed to win, in my opinion, against the Lions, and then we all picked Ravens and we looked stupid. All the Lions fans came back to us saying that, you know, the Lions were this and the Lions were that, and you doubting us and blah blah blah. Yeah, they've been a troubled franchise that are trying to find their winning ways. Shout out to them doing well, but the Ravens, seems like they can't get this stink off of them. Hopefully Lamar coming back will really help, especially with their bye, you know.
Yeah, I think this is a perfectly timed bye week for them. Hopefully Roquan can get a little healthy. Kyle Hamilton. You look at so many of these defensive players as well that are set to come back. And again, you have the Ravens playing teams like the Browns, the Jets, the Dolphins. They can come back really easily and at least compete for that division title. I'm not saying they win it over the Steelers at this point, but man, you need to get something going and something going fast. And I don't know. Let's see if they can get to 10-7.
Let's hope so. We got Cardinals at Colts, 27-31 victory for the Colts. Danny Dimes and them do it again. Want to talk about the Kyler Murray situation with Mr. Brissett stepping in, man. What's up with it?
Yeah, I think Jacoby played pretty dang solid for him, all things considered. You had Marvin Harrison going down with a concussion in that game. Michael Wilson dealing with a little bit of a finger injury, but Jacoby puts up 27 for the Cardinals in a game where they were reeling. This is a team that really wanted to win and almost did. You had a Daniel Jones interception in their own territory that helped the Cardinals score, and they were up good early and ultimately fell apart. And this is a Colts team that I'm not going to say they lucked out in winning this, but this is a win that the best of teams can scratch out. And again, really big ups for the Colts here. What do you think?
Colts. No, honestly, I agree 100%. The fact that it was so hard fought and played by a backup, can't imagine anything better for the Cardinals, and just hoping things get better as far as, you know, their situation. Hopefully Kyler can come back and play at a higher level. He does. And yeah, Colts just keep wheeling and dealing and proving everybody wrong, dude. Had him as a bottom feeder beginning of the season, and they're just really saying F you and sticking the finger up. Maybe that's the finger injury you're talking about. You know, as a Cardinals player, but talk about it.
Goodness, Michael Wilson from the other sidelines just
I see you. Yep.
I see you, Colts. I see you.
Trade for me.
Okay.
What are you saying? Trade for me. I want to be on a winning team, on a good team.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Cardinals have lost how many heartbreakers in a row now? 4? Yeah. More
than enough.
Yeah, speaking of heartbreakers, Jaguars losing at home against the Seahawks. I'll continue to praise Sam Darnold and JSN. I stuttered for a bit there. It's just in awe of how good they've been together. At one point in the first quarter, 5 catches for 128 yards and a touchdown, I believe. All 5 of Sam Darnold's first passes. He's elite, and shout out the Seahawks run defense because they bottled up Tootin and ETN.
I'm not going elite. I'm not gonna do it again because last year everybody was hyping them up. They went 14-3 or something like
JSN, that. JSN, by the way, Darnold is playing elite this year. Okay. I don't think he's elite. Sorry, clarification.
All right, yeah, I was about to say I'm not going down that road again because once the offensive system falters, so does Darnold. I believe it's in the system. I feel like Mike McDonald and them are really coaching him up really well, putting him in definitely a lot of good places to win, especially with that bad offensive line. like what they're doing. And honestly, continue to keep it up. Just don't. I don't want the wheels to fall out from under them. So this people to be upset talking about, oh, we all said he was elite. Not elite, man. He's a system guy.
I don't.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Not it doesn't have to be yours. Mine.
Listen, all I'm going to say is he went from a better system objectively last year to a good system this year, but worse, with worse options, a worse O-line. He's evading pressure at a higher rate this year, the biggest knock on him. And he's doing this without elite wide receiver 2 or tight end or running back production. Sam Darnold's done this when his running backs have been inefficient, and you're getting Cooper Kupp as your wide receiver 2, who's been okay in the spot. But I don't know, man. This Seahawks team, I don't know. They're hooking me on more than the Vikings did last year, and I don't know. We'll see how far they go. But
I want to set us up for failure on that one. We don't want to get biased off of last year.
Yep.
I think you really stink it up too. Now you're an analytics guy, and honestly, analytics are trending Seahawks, so I respect the opinion.
Yeah. Let's talk about a team you're high on then. The Panthers beating on the Cowboys.
Let's go. 2-0 with Rico Dowdle as starter. Dude has been running up and down the field, catching up and down the field. We cannot discount this guy. In the homecoming technically against Cowboys. Obviously, they were at home. Panthers won. Love what we were seeing from, like I said, keep the ball out of Bryce Young's hands as much as possible, or keep feeding it to the easy completions with Dowdle and get him in space, and Dowdle is going to make them pay. I like him. Honestly, he kind of flashed in the pan out of nowhere because when he was with Dallas, it wasn't really that exciting, but he's found a little groove on the Panthers, and I can't hate on it. He was making that offense look real good, man.
Yeah. I think it's 230 plus scrimmage yards back-to-back weeks for Rico. You look at last year, he was a really under-the-radar efficient runner last year. 1,000-yard rusher for the Cowboys, really good in the passing game. I think this is a little bit just of a person flying under the radar a little much. It is a contract year for him since he's on a 1 year, and you put him in tandem with Chuba now, and that Panthers offense can get real exciting real fast with how Canales is calling this offense.
Yeah, expectations low and overperforming. Low risk, high reward type of. I'm thriving with it. I like it. Just keep dragging the Panthers to that 10-7 record maybe, and let's get them a division winner maybe, or close to it. Make me right, guys. Come on.
With the Bucks now, hey.
No, the Bucks.
You never know.
The Bucks are doing really well. I mean, I don't hope for a midseason collapse for any team. Hate to see that as far as heartbreak goes. I mean, Philadelphia dealt with that a couple of years ago, but just I don't hate any team that much to be like, oh, I hope you guys crash and burn. Nah, man. I hope the Panthers get to it and really make these guys flourish at McMillan, and hopefully Bryce Young can start getting the ball out more efficiently. Better play all around. Will make this team go further than any people expected. So. Heck
yeah. Alrighty, moving on to the stinker of the week. Titans, Raiders. Stinker. I think this is even more of a stinker in all actuality than the Browns-Steelers game. At least that one had some division storyline to this. This one was a Titans team coming in unprepared, unwilling to play. They got beat up by a bottom feeder. The Raiders don't impress me either.
Divisional bias.
Divisional bias. We'll talk about that. All I gotta say is good on Geno for throwing only one pick this week. Best luck.
Only one?
Only one. It's Geno's season best.
That's sad, man. As far as that goes, Titans were primed to take advantage here, but a lack of willingness to play, like you said, for the coach, and just a bad system in place as far as it goes. It's making their players look a lot worse than they are. I mean, really don't have a true number one wide receiver. So, I mean, you got Tyler Lockett and Calvin Ridley, but at the same time, those guys aren't getting it done, in my opinion. and not going to it. I don't believe a change in system really benefits those guys much. I think they're just gonna have to run. They're gonna have to really settle on like a ground and pound, simplistic offense to help get Cam Ward developed and hope that they can just claw their way and stay competitive. I feel like the change to Mike McCoy is not really going to do too much. It's going to be vastly ineffective in my opinion. Hope that they actually want to play from a little bit more and there's more willingness to fight. Because what we saw against the Raiders, even though you're at Raiders, home field advantage for the Raiders, it's the Raiders.
Yeah,
The Raiders
you gotta
stink.
you gotta do something, and a lot of those personnel choices are gonna switch up, in my opinion. We'll see if Alec Aomanor is gonna be more involved with Ridley now out with that hamstring. We'll see if Tajay Spears now coming back gets more work from Pollard, but nothing to get excited about with this Titans team. So we'll move on to Niners.
I hate to say it, 10-7 does not look attainable, and I'm gonna look at it too. Halftime adjustments have been lackluster, to say the least. Let's go to the 49ers. We're done.
Yep. Niners, Buccaneers, Niners 19, Buccaneers 30. And again, I'll just say it for another week. Baker Mayfield is getting it done no matter what. Tez Johnson, Cameron Johnson, and Sterling Shepard are now your three best wide receivers on the team.
Yeah, they're
matter.
ravished. They're ravished, bro. They're ravished, and I'm just gonna say it like this: that Kyle Shanahan offense with Mac Jones just couldn't withstand the test of a true playoff caliber team right here in the Buccaneers. And then you got Baker Mayfield on the other side, man. He's just making magic with raps he's given. A lot of cast offs are unknowns, in my opinion. Sterling Shepard, Evans, Tet.
If you're talking about Mike Evans, I think that's a little rich. I think you can get a little bit more, including Tet. So
Get Tet and Rico Dowdle for funsies. I don't know.
I have him on my fantasy team. I went off in fantasy this week. I scored 200 points, Alex.
Was it
to put it?
Was it last year?
Average
200 points. Nice.
Puts 115. Average is like 115.
Did you have you had Jaden last year, or was it this year? I don't remember if you picked.
I did have Jaden last year. My team right now is it's Caleb Williams, really good in fantasy. I got CMC and Achan. I got Drake London, Chris Olave, Tet McMillan, and Tyler Warren, and then I got Dowdle on my bench with DJ Moore and Trey Benson.
Speaking of Dowdle, trade him while he's high or no?
If you can get a really good piece for him, I would. A really good flex for him, I'd shoot it, especially if you have RB depth.
Yeah, there's really only so much that if the Panthers are making plays, they can really bottle up. Defenses can bottle them up going forward, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe see if you can get somebody a high stakes trade going.
Yeah. I just want to wrap up on Niners real quickly. I thought Shanahan had a really good plan there. Again, you're just reeling with injuries and the pressure that Bowles brought all game. Shout out to Todd Bowles. He really pinpointed Mac Jones' injury and rushed his process a lot. And I think that's what ultimately led the most to the win. Jacobs, Judkin, and Rico as my flex. Yeah, if you can move off for like I don't know, like a George Pickens for Rico or someone of that caliber, maybe like a DK Metcalf, I would shoot for that if you could.
If you do a stardom, sit 'em. I don't know if you guys do that in fantasy. I see that on that network or whatever. Do a stardom, sit 'em. I'm definitely starting George Pickens this week. Washington's pass defense is terrible.
And don't know if Lamb's going to be back still. Pickens should eat, to say the least. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Bengals, Packers, wrapping up a couple more games from our recap here. I'd just like to say the Bengals did keep this one competitive with Joe Flacco, especially towards the end there, but the Packers eke this one out. Not too bullish on the Packers as I was to start the season, but we'll see how they kind of come into fruition as the season goes on.
They're keeping it close with teams they shouldn't be. It has me worried just a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially the Browns when they made me lose my freaking 2 grand parlay. The 14 leg, they made me lose. So low on the pack. Continue to find ways to win. 27-18, little too close for a Bengals team that literally just signed Joe Flacco off of somebody's bench this week. So.
Agreed.
Not time for panicking in Green Bay. Obviously, they're still winning, but you have to look at it under the spotlight. Say that you guys are really letting these teams claw their way back. That shouldn't. But I mean, if they get to the Super Bowl, who cares what I think in that regard? And they still beat 31 other teams. Well, 30 other teams get theirs.
Yep, and I'll touch on that a little right after I answer Mason's question. Falcons D is a good option this week against the Niners just because of the pressure they're going to bring. So I don't mind it, and they're really banged up at wideout. Even if Kittle comes back, I think this is a Falcons defense that can put up some stuff. But again, yeah, like you were alluding to, they lost to the Browns. They tied with the Cowboys, and now they stay competitive against the Bengals. This defense needs to show me more. The offense needs to show me more outside of their run game, in my opinion, to count this as an elite contender in the NFC. So I guess we'll get onto contenders in each of their own conferences, respectively. Lions, Chiefs, 17-30. I hate to say I saw this one coming for the Chiefs. I think this is their get right game right here. They face the Raiders next week as 12.5-point favorites, and we'll get to that in a second. But
it's gonna be close.
Man, this Chiefs offense is a lot better, and they're getting Rashee Rice back. The run game looked decent against a Lions defense that's really good against the run. I just think that they continue to get right, and I think they win the division over the Chargers when it comes down to it, man. Go ahead, give your takes.
Honestly, I wanted the Lions to win just for the fact that I'm not really trusting the Chiefs at this moment. I mean, like you said, yeah, it's a get right game. They really handily took care of the Lions. At Raiders, correct? Or are they at Kansas City?
They're at home.
All right, so
12.5-point favorites.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say Raiders are gonna go in there and tear them down, but it's not gonna be a 12.5-point swing in my. I don't think it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna be close. I feel it's gonna be closer than that, maybe 3 to 6 point game. I don't know. Divisional teams picking such a wide margin. It's just disgusting for me.
I guess so. And your prediction says a little bit different right here, so I guess we'll get into it.
I know. Let me. Yeah. Just making that based off of sheer talent, but I don't know. I should have put a little more thought into that one. I just see Raiders. Oh my god, they lost. It is what it is.
I feel that way too. But yeah, I guess we'll touch on that in a little bit. You got any takeaways from the Lions side of things that game?
Just couldn't keep up. Other than that, not really. Got steadily handled by opponent. Got outclassed really. And honestly, I hope the Lions come back and really get right of them.
Yeah, and we'll get into your prediction about that.
Yeah, we will.
Coming up soon here too. But we'll get into Bills Falcons. 14-24, Bills falling to the Falcons on the road.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say my predictions for Sunday night and Monday night stinkers. Absolutely.
My Monday night. Yeah, my Monday night are stinkers, so I'm with you.
Yeah, we did really good at the beginning of the week. The early games, I think, I'm like 8-2, I believe. My personal thing, and then just lost the last three, bottomed out. Because I picked Commanders, I picked Bills, and I picked Lions.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Bijan Robinson running all over the Bills. Is it a cause for concern for their defense? What is that? What is your take on that? You believe that the Bills have a problem with Bijan Robinson, or is Bijan Robinson just that outwardly talent that everybody wishes? Adrian Peterson of new.
Yeah, I would say the really the only good run game or run defense game that the Bills have had is against the Jets, and that's a solid rushing team in all honesty. But you get torched by Derrick Henry, you get torched by Bijan Robinson. Drake May carved you up a little bit with some runs in that primetime game. And I'm not going to say that the Patriots were effective running the ball then, but when are they ever? So I do view it as a little bit of a problem, especially come playoff time, because you look at a team like the Chiefs, and if they're able to run the ball in the playoffs, they're going to beat you every time. That's been the recipe for their success over the past 4 years against you guys. So I think it draws really big concern come playoff time. What about you?
Yeah, I agree with that. You're gonna face better rushing teams over the course of the playoffs. Obviously, they made the playoffs for a reason. Just hope Josh Allen and his Glazers can keep up.
Yeah. Yeah, Josh Allen and the Glazers. I mean, honestly, I thought the Bills were going to resemble some form of comeback, but again, this was just an ugly one. Josh Allen played terrible, and deservedly so. He lost the game and has lost now to the Patriots and the Falcons recently. So
Glad I didn't bet this week.
Yeah.
Week off, so.
Yeah.
Last game of the week that we really have to go over, and then it is pick time. It is prediction time.
Heck yeah.
Bears at Commanders. Commanders were winning 5 straight at home. Bears are 1-10 on Monday Night Football coming into this game. Caleb Williams is wildly inaccurate on 23% of his targets, and they lost. Anyways, 3 turnovers do us in. Really slippery and wet. Jaden Daniels just have grasp on the ball. Bill tries to pitch it to Bill, just a fumble, and Jaden took responsibility for it. Matt Gay doinking the kick off the upright, this field goal. Came back and kind of redeemed himself, but I mean the Bears took advantage. They milked the clock down instead of rushing in for a touchdown because they didn't need it. They only needed 2 points. Basically settled up for that game-winning field goal. Honestly, the Commanders' defense was... Where were they at, man? The rush defense was non-existent. Ben Johnson knew what he was taking advantage of, attacking our edges and our linebackers. We do not have a good sideline-to-sideline linebacker. They're all going old. One of the oldest teams after this offseason. We were one of the youngest, now we're one of the oldest. Go ahead and answer that question when we get back.
Heck yeah. And again, I'll just touch on it as well before I get to this question. A lot of sloppy ball for the Commanders, but honestly, I think it's a little bit of a fluky win for the Bears. Should I do Bucky, Marvin, Keenan for Terry, JK, and Bowers? You'd get the second side of the deal. It's honestly tough. If you really need a tight end, I would go for it. But in all honesty, you're getting really similar wide receiver value there, in my opinion. JK is definitely a downgrade over Bucky, but Bucky's out till week 10 in my estimation. Bowers out till week 9.
Get Terry back.
I don't know. I would stick with Bucky Marvin, see if you can get something else for it, in my opinion. Maybe a better running back now. But I'll jump back into this Commanders game. From what I caught from it, I wasn't too impressed with the Bears, in all honesty. When they get past about the 35-yard line, their offense typically falls apart. They're a really bad red zone offense, and specifically over the 50-yard line, they get really bad. But
I've noticed.
when you start with good field position and you have 3 crucial turnovers, you're gonna mount a win.
Yeah.
So
also got to talk about somebody else too. Got to give the honorable mention here. I mean, I know it was a loss, but Luke McCaffrey, that man's got return skill. You're starting outside of the 40-yard line almost every time you touch that ball in the return. Really just, I thought he was going to break a couple. He's going to break one. He's going to break one. Luke McCaffrey is really good. Jalen Lee, when he has the ball in his hands, really well executed, really smart with the football too, as far as it goes. Knows when to fair catch it, knows when he really run. And when he runs, he knows he can make people miss. Like Luke McCaffrey wide open for the touchdown, busted coverage play. I think it was Tyreek Stevenson. There was it was no Sean Wright on that one, and I think Jalen Lee got Tyreek Stevenson on.
Yeah.
Commanders offense just falls flat. 3 turnovers, like we were talking about. Jaden Daniels' pick. Watched over it. Everybody's saying, "Oh, Zach Ertz was wide open," but he really wasn't. He had a dude right on him.
Yeah, it was more so. I think that Jaden should have held that ball. You're meaning the one up the seam to Debo, right?
Yeah, the one at the Super Bowl.
That one I thought he should have just waited or maybe throw a pump fake in there. You know, because that defender's gonna bite. I think it's a bad pick. I don't think it's a horrid pick because I see what's there. That ball either needs to come out way quick or wait a little bit more. Yeah, and I would lean Warren, by the way. Sorry, Jake.
No, you're good. Appreciate you commenting in, Jake, but at the same time, they did say that he was hesitant a little bit. If he would have threw it, it would have got there. Just nice timing on biting on that route. Other than that, Debo was phased out for the second half, just about the majority.
Yeah, playing a little more outside than slot specifically with Terry out, I think limited him.
I mean, he was fine in the beginning of the game. I mean, he was getting his targets. He just wasn't getting many yards after contact. It was really when we started. I guess the halftime adjustments just phased him out, really, because it was second half where it really started toning down from him. They started targeting guys like Luke McCaffrey, Ertz more. I think Ertz was one of his primary pass catchers there. And I know they were trying to really feed Bill, and I was really hoping Bill Cross-Game Merritt definitely broke one. Appreciate the likes on the live, Adolfo.
Yeah, appreciate it, Adolfo. Yeah, thank you.
So, just ugly loss. Hope we can get on the Cowboys, but at the same time, Bears also had a hard rush defense, and we couldn't take advantage. It looked like the tables turned, and the Commanders had the worst rush defense. So, not saying ours is better by that much of a margin, but it's not the worst.
Still sizably better. I get you. Okay.
Then we got Dallas next week. Worst defense. Oh, but we'll talk about it when we do.
Yeah. And we're on to them now. So you want to start us off with the little Steelers favored by 5 and a hook at the Bengals. What do you like here?
I'm taking Steelers 21-17. I think the Bengals do keep it close. But the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, they get things going. I just feel like it's not really. I feel like the Steelers don't lose a lead. I feel like they jump out and then Bengals play catch up.
I think that's great utter buffoonery. If you can swing that, it might not be enough, but I think that's a perfect package. I'm going Steelers 24-20. We're very similar here with the 4-point game concept. I do think the Bengals cover. I do think they keep it competitive, but yeah, like you said, I think the Steelers get a lead and they keep it. They have a really good running back tandem in Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell, and I feel like Arthur Smith is going to cook against this Bengals front.
Cold stub, buck stub.
Cold stub, buck stub.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
But next we're on Rams 2.5-point favorites at Jaguars for the London game. Early as heck in the morning. No, it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here, 6 on the West Coast. So I'm going Rams 21-14. I know you have a different take and you can explain. I just feel like I don't know. I just don't feel like the Jaguars like the Rams better. I know you said go ahead. No, you go what you're taking and we can talk about it. I don't want to read you. Go ahead.
No worries. Yeah, I would say if Puka Nacua doesn't play, give me the Jaguars all day. If Puka's playing, I'll lean the Rams barely. I think it's a really close game. I just feel like the Jaguars are going to be able to run the ball a lot better than they did last week against Seattle. I think Travis Hunter actually gets a little more involved. You saw a big BTJ week last week. I think Hunter gets involved more in the action this upcoming week, and I don't know. Jaguars are familiar with these foreign games. The Rams aren't. Rams are coming off an offensive performance that didn't inspire me after the Ravens game against a really bad defense, too. I like the Jags.
Let's get right, though. Get right here, Rams.
Get right here, Rams.
All right, but the Jaguars do know a lot about the foreign games, but they have not really played up to snuff when they do play in those foreign games. I see. We'll talk about it. He said Broncos dub, Eagles dub, LA dub, Pats dub, Panthers dub, Colts versus Bills Super Bowl. Totally not a Colts. Yeah, all right. You're Colts. Just kidding.
Hey, your squad's good this year. Kim. So I mess with you guys as far as your team makeup goes. You got a lot of good players. Jonathan Taylor for Offensive Player of the Year.
They said totally not a Colts fan. Just saying. Gotta take it at face value there. We don't know.
Heck yeah. So we were talking a little bit about Raiders Chiefs earlier. We're on to that one and start us off.
Yeah, I got 31-20. I did say 6-point swing. I basically went off of sheer talent and points. Obviously, it's the Chiefs and the Raiders. I mean, it's two totally different teams in this game, really. I'm kind of keeping it a little bit closer with my take earlier, only for the fact I'll say 31-24. I'm gonna keep it like that, so I'm gonna change that up. Only for the fact that divisional games are really one of those tough ones. I just don't think it's a 12.5-point blowout, man.
That's fair. That is a lot of points, and I can see a backdoor cover here. I really like your score prediction. I'll go Chiefs 34-17. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like 34-24 and you get the backdoor cover by the Raiders. But yeah, Fred Warner, man, that is a devastating injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll give the Chiefs the dub handily here.
All right, and then we got Dolphins at Browns, 2.5-point favorites for the Browns at home. Not really much a home margin, it's 3.5-point favorites. Yeah, Browns 13-10 at home. Just feel like they kind of take advantage of a Dolphins squad. Mike McDaniel gets fired here.
Wow, I kind of love the prediction. I love the prediction. I'm actually in with you. I'll go 2013 Browns. I think the defense shows up outstanding, and I don't know. Quinshon Judkins might have 150 yards this game, so I'll go with the Browns in a great running attack.
Bears dub plus 0.5.
I mean, they're 5.5-point favorites at the Saints, and I have them winning this week, but I guess we'll touch on that in a second here after Patriots and Panthers games.
Yeah, all right, so let's get on to those Patriots. Actually, it's the Bears got. Oh man, Bears, yeah. The Bears should have won last night. I'm gonna leave it at that. But we'll have that prediction up in 2 games. We have Patriots 7.5-point favorites at Titans. I'm going Patriots 21-20. I feel it's gonna be a close game. I feel like they're gonna play hard for Mike McCoy, but it's not gonna be hard enough to beat Drake May, and the Glaze is gonna.
Yep. World record of field goals blocked this year. Yeah, and world record of field goals made over like 50, and the whole kicking world has been turned on its head, really. I like your pick. I'm gonna go Patriots 20-17 in a narrow victory. Mike Vrabel, again, this is his revenge game, so don't be shocked if you see the Patriots curb stomp the Titans. However, I'm leaning with the other narrative that, again, this Titans team is going to play harder for a different coach. Yeah,
I'm not taking that 7.5-point line. I don't like it. It looks too suspect in my opinion. I guess they just really want people to bet Patriots and the Titans come out and really stomp it out. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah, it's a no bet for me. That's a very weird line.
All right, we also got Panthers 1.5-point favorites at Jets. I'm going Panthers 30-10 here. I like the 1.5-point favorite on the road. Jets stink, and I just feel like the Panthers are a better coach team, have the better playmakers. I mean, Garrett Wilson versus Tet. I'm liking Garrett Wilson more on that side, but I guess with how poorly Justin Fields has been playing, now that
Garrett Wilson is out this week, just so you know.
There you go. So yeah, more 30-10.
Yes, Sam. By the way, you should do that.
Then Rico and Bourne. Nice.
I'm kind of with you on this one. If the Jets are going to win any game, it's going to be this one. I'd lean the Panthers 27-24. This is not a game I'm confident with at all. I know the Panthers have been playing nice recently, but again, they're bound to drop one. The Jets are bound to win one. I feel like this could be that, but I'm going to go with the safe side. I can't bet on the Jets. I'll go Panthers.
I'm gonna go over 3 interceptions.
Oh, okay.
That was weird.
Yeah. All weird. Good.
All right.
Jump on Saints Bears now, because we got some differing opinions.
Yeah, I'm going Saints 21-20. I feel like the Bears come off that high of the fluke win at the Commanders, and I feel like they just turn it around. Like the Saints, they've been playing competitive, and don't get me wrong, I don't like the Saints like personal bias. I care less about the team, but at the same time, Spencer Rattler's been playing fine. I really can't hate on him. Just really hope that that team can actually take advantage. I mean, Kellen Moore's offense is really, it's got a couple of wrinkles. I'm going a really close one, 21-20. Just, I don't know. I feel like the Bears drink too much of the Kool-Aid and backfires on a team that they should beat, but they don't.
Heck yeah. I I kind of love your logic here. I really like the Saints plus the 5.5 line. I man, I don't have the balls to go with the Saints. I'll lean the Bears 24-20, but don't color me shocked.
Back here next week with the Saints win.
Yeah, don't color me shocked if the Saints win. So
But I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't feel like the game in Caleb Williams' hands is not a game that is going to be won, in my opinion. I just don't like him right now. His inefficiency was really glaring last night, and the Commanders' defense is nothing to rave about either. I mean, we have a decent pass rush some of the time, but you got to look at the Bears' offensive line. They spent a lot of money, and they were performing well last night too. Caleb was still missing guys, still holding the ball too long. It's like if his first read's not there, he gets a little anxiety and he falters in some cases. Like there's some times where he's taking a sack and he shouldn't be taking a sack. Just throw the damn ball away, man. Stop trying to make something happen. It's not last year all over again. At least you don't want it to be.
yeah, no, I agree. And you saw some really bad misses specifically to Rome Odunze. I know that 50-50 ball shouldn't have been a 50-50 ball. It was a go ball down the left sideline, I believe, that was just short thrown, and man, it doesn't look as good as we thought it would. That's for sure.
I'm trying to remember who was wide open down the sideline and he just errantly missed them. I don't remember who it was, because I mean we blown some coverage last night and blown some tackles. And I'm looking at you, Quan Martin.
Yeah, that's a winner, Aaron. And Neo, I would go with, oh, that's a tough one. Maybe Booty, but those are some rough options for flex.
He's grabbing Booty.
He's grabbing Booty. Marks, Knight, or Henderson. Man, that's tough. Henderson, is he ever going to get more opportunity? If he does, he's the best of the three for sure. But probably your safest is Marks. Bam Knight is the worst long term.
Heard it from the fantasy guy here. Eagles 1.5 point favorites at Vikings. I go Eagles 21-17. I'm gonna start picking them. Like they end their slide here. I feel like they rely more on their running game. Maybe they could start doing a quick pass. Hope Kevin Batulo can get something going with quick passing game. Maybe get more involved. I don't know. I'm picking the Eagles only for the fact that I like them just a little bit better. I just hope Jalen can get back on his A game and show them why he won MVP last year. And okay, he's not elite. I'm just gonna say that right now. He's not elite. He's not elite. Eagles fans, hate on me if you want. Saquon Barkley and the rest of that supporting cast made that team and that defense as well. I feel like the defense steps up, and I feel like Saquon Barkley comes back and has a. Just feel like the Eagles need to get back in the win column here. They have any hope of recapturing the NFC East title with ease. I just feel like if they keep sputtering, Commanders and Giants now, surprisingly, Commanders, Giants, and Cowboys will be breathing down their necks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be panic mode in Philly if they lose this week.
Yeah, that's for dang sure. And it's going to be a tough test against this Minnesota team coming off a bye. But JJ McCarthy possibly coming back for the Vikings. I think if JJ starts, the Eagles are going to bounce back. But I think if Carson Wentz starts, give me the Vikings at home to stun the Eagles.
That'll be...
I don't know. I don't trust the Eagles offense.
That's a hell of an upset, and plus Carson Wentz, a little bittersweet for the fact that, you know, the Eagles have had the Vikings for as the NFC Championship goes, playoff time. Eagles have had their number, and I think it's time, well, like going with your pick, I said I think it's time for the Vikings to run them up. really make them slide to 3 games, but I just don't see it happen. I'm still going to Eagles.
I respect it. I respect it. And in another side of a 1.5 point favorite, we got Colts at the Chargers being 1.5 point favorites at home. I'll lead it off as the Chargers fan here. I'm not confident with necessarily either side here, just because the Vegas line is weird to me. It opened up at 2.5. It's already moved to 1.5 on the Chargers side. A lot of money on that Colts side. Everyone and their mom expects the Colts to mollywop the Chargers, decimated with injuries, right? Just give me the Chargers 28-27. I color me shocked if the Colts win by 14 next week. I wouldn't be opposed to, again, just seeing that in reality. I don't think it'll happen, but again, I don't color me shocked.
Hey, look, I'm going Chargers 30-27. I feel like they get over that 1.5 point favorite. I feel like they definitely cover that, definitely by a field goal. I mean, the last time I took them 3 points on a line, we won. Got them. So, yeah, here we go. Steelers, says G Dog, and you got ETN for Judkins.
I would say that's a W. I would say that's a W.
Shout out to my boy Dizzy.
Yes,
Go
sir. What up, Cito? Yeah, go Packs. And we're gonna talk about Packers in a bit here versus the Cardinals. You know, Packers haven't been playing the best ball, but I think they'll get it cleaned up coming into playoff time. So still a lot of time left.
They got to start definitely putting these teams they need to be putting away. They got to really put them away. No, there's no excuse for losing to the Browns. Y'all shouldn't have. The Browns, they have a decent defensive line, but I don't like them defensively. I think the Packers are way better as far as offensively. Jordan Love was inconsistent in that game. They really calmed down and continued to develop. And I think the Packers, I think we spoke about it. There will be threats in NFC for sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Packers Rams NFC Championship.
Yeah, that would be nice. Appreciate it. You have a nice one too, man.
Appreciate you coming in, man. Love all the support. We're doing our best, man. Keep it going for a year. Keep going.
Heck yeah. On to Giants, Broncos. Broncos big 6.5 point favorites at home versus the Giants. This is a classic. The Broncos looked bad last week. The Giants looked amazing last week. Let's throw them against each other. And to the people's eyes, the 6.5 point line is going to be too big. They're going to roll with the Giants and be upset when the Broncos win. The Broncos defense is too elite for Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart's faced 3 subpar defenses. The Eagles defense is not good right now. The Chargers defense is not good right now. And the Saints defense isn't good right now. Give me an elite defense. It's going to stop the run. And yeah, Broncos.
I'm taking that pick off of Magic, 24-20 Giants. I rolled with the Giants last week, got the win, going off a sheer past and hoping that, they can continue the spark with Jackson Dart. Yeah, the Broncos defense is elite, but hopefully Mike Kafka and Brian Dable have a plan. Oh man, I'm really not liking this pick right now. I'm gonna stick with it because I picked it. All right, I'm gonna roll with the Giants to stay with it. Trade Debo for Worthy, Dobbins, and Flowers. My running backs are Achane, Chase, and my wide receivers are damn good.
Man, I would, just because Dobbins and Chase Brown are such. That's so weird. I try to see if you can get more for Debo. Maybe just a player straight up, just because you're getting a lot of depth there, and I know Debo's gonna come down to earth a little bit more when Terry's back, but I don't know. See if you could get more for Debo there.
The only thing about Terry coming back, I feel like Jaden Daniels and him, Debo really developed that rapport with Terry being out for so long. I think he still continues to rely on Debo.
For sure. I'm just saying not as much, and especially come the red zone time. I think less touchdowns come Debo's way with Terry McLaurin being such a touchdown magnet that he is. But I'm not saying he's bad or anything.
No, I respect it, but I was just a Commanders fan. But at the same time, I'm not a fantasy guy. Listen to this. They point at you, right? Okay. I picked the upset with 24-20 Giants. I'm hating it more and more as I keep looking at it. but I'm gonna roll.
You can change it now, but
I'm gonna stick with what I picked already because I had a reason. All right, I had a reason.
Gotcha.
We got Packers 6.5-point favorites at Cardinals. I'm going Packers 19-17. I feel like they just don't put away this team like I was saying earlier. Jordan Love can be a little inconsistent. Might be another time, but I feel like the Packers keep it clean for the moment. Inconsistent being throwing. I'm not gonna say there's gonna be turnovers involved, but who knows? I'm just looking at it like I like the Packers or Cardinals offense.
Yep. I'll go with the same sentiment. Again, I can't bet on the Cardinals. You've lost 4 straight emotional ones. I think you're just out of it at this point. Get slapped in the face at home again in front of your home crowd.
Oh yeah, love the Cardinals fan. Sorry guys.
Commanders 1.5-point favorites at the Cowboys. Alex, please lead us off with this one.
Reasonable line. Okay, 1.5-point favorites at this point. At Dallas. Dallas's defense. I think Vegas is looking for Dallas's defense falter. I feel like the Commanders get right, but then again, the lines could change really quick. I hope this is a get right game for us Commanders fans. And against Dallas's defense, it should be, but at the same time, the Bears' rush defense was one of the worst, if not the worst, in the NFL, and we couldn't take advantage. Just hope with Terry coming back, maybe he's a magnet for another top corner, and Bill can get open and get a couple touchdown or what. And Bill can get back to run it up like he should, because Bill's upset with himself. Aiden's upset with himself with the turnover game that he had last Monday night. Going 35-28 Commanders. I just feel like they get the lead and they keep going. And Dallas, it's like tit for tat for a while, but Jaden Daniels scored.
Heck yeah.
Hopefully
I like that.
I just hate the knee brace on him, man. It's definitely hindering his mobility for sure. He doesn't look most comfortable in it, and I saw that they went after his knee last night. But Sweat did, I believe. And once he gets this knee brace off and he's back to 100%, it's gonna be real. Got a chip on his shoulder year 2 with the rumors of a sophomore.
Yeah. And I don't think Jaden's been the problem thus far into blossoming you guys into a great team, but things will come together. And before I touch on this game, George, I'd like to answer your question. I'd lean that Henry, BTJ, Tyler Warren side. Just seems like a lot more upside. Ferguson with Lamb coming back, Garrett Wilson, you see him with Justin Fields not throwing the ball effectively. Now he's out 2 weeks, and Sterling Shepard is just going to be good for the 2 weeks that Emeka's out, and Mike Evans is still battling back from that hammy. Evans and Saquon for CD and Brees. If you could do that, hammer that through Chase for sure. I'll jump back into the Commanders-Cowboys game. I want to really touch on the sentiment you brought up last. Jaden Daniels getting the ball, winning the game. I envision that Commanders 30-28. I do think it's really close. Again, wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys won this one. Dak Prescott's been playing elite ball recently. I do think the Cowboys get their run game a little back this week. Javonte Williams played horrible last week, and I think that's what ultimately led to their loss, not being able to slow it down, give their defense some time. I'll lean with the Commanders. I'm not sold either way though.
You go for Swift and Golden. I need running back.
Yeah, for sure. Hammer that.
All right, we got Falcons at 49ers, 2.5-point home favorites for the 49ers. I'm going 49ers 24-23. I think we have the same score, but we'll talk about that. 49ers, I'm taking them at home. I'm not trusting the Falcons, even though they've been playing fine, other than that 30-0 rout versus Carolina. I don't know. It's going to be a close game, but I'm trusting their new kicker for the 49ers. I don't think Kyle Shanahan's regretting that the Jake Moody release.
Yeah. Eddie Piñeiro's been what's it called? Solid for him.
Get the TikTok.
Yeah, freaking Global Live in here offering something. Yeah, leave us a message. Be Global. We can maybe talk after this. I appreciate it. Falcons, I have upsetting the Niners on the road. 2.5-point line for the Niners. I think this is a really close one. I just feel like the Falcons' pass rush is a lot better this year than we've come to expect. AJ Terrell now back in the lineup, and their safety tandem of Jesse Bates and Xavier Watts is really good. You also look at Bijan, and I think he's going to run all over this Niners front. Drake London really provides a mismatch for anyone, as the Niners don't have an elite corner. And then you get Darnell Mooney back as well. I don't know. Just give me the Falcons here. I think they control the game better than the Niners do.
There you go. All right. I mean, two difference in opinion, same score. We are getting BTA by the Niners. Love that from a Falcons fan perspective, honestly. Had a couple Falcons fans on our shirts before when we were talking about the 30-0 BT they had Panthers. Basically just calling me a fool, saying that they're elite and that they're going to win the division. Good to see Falcons fans actually down to earth and actually not delusional. But let's go. Global Live. Actually, we are in a creator network already. We are claimed. Sorry about that.
Falcons have never been elite in their entire.
I mean, you gotta look at that. You gotta look at that the Matt Ryan years. You don't think so? I mean, that and then their Super Bowl run with Dan Quinn. I mean, I gotta say they're elite, but they were a really good team.
Yeah, I wouldn't put them elite in terms of all-time rankings, but really dang good team. Belong there, and we all know what happened. But you know, to new beginnings. I'm a Charger fan myself, so I can't say anything.
28-3. They're really good at time. Yeah, no, agreed. I was just wondering. I mean, I know Matt Ryan was pretty. I think he was. Just in years where there was many other quarterbacks like Roethlisberger, Vince Young. No, I'm just kidding. I mean,
it's hard to get in where you fit in and kind of make a name for yourself as an elite team of all time. So, but Nick, you have probably the best player in the league as far as skill position goes, as Bijan. So something to be excited about there.
Hope Bijan gets to a good team one day. He deserves a ring. Maybe it might be with you guys, depending if they can actually clean things up, or Raheem Morris can actually time manage more effectively. Get that Kirk Cousins contract off the books and get him out of here.
Yeah.
I'm honest with you. It's just a mess what they did with drafting Michael Penix after paying him all that money. But hey, I mean, at least y'all not the worst team in the NFL. We'll leave that to the Jets.
Yep.
And,
yeah. On to our final two games of the stretch here. Buccaneers, Lions. Lions 5.5-point favorites at home. Big line, in my opinion. I think the Lions smash the line and go 31-24 over the Bucs. This Bucs team is super depleted. I feel like the pressure they brought last week against the Niners isn't going to work as well against this Lions front. I think it's a lot of quick game for the Lions, a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs this game, in my opinion, versus the pressure that they bring, being able to exploit that. I think it's a big Amon-Ra day. Just look the playmakers to get involved. I think the Buccaneers have too many injuries on the offense to win this one.
I'm gonna flip that, but I'm gonna get to that Bills performance from last night. Yeah, we're all disappointed. We all picked Bills to win last night, straight out right, but the Falcons had their number. Bijan and Drake London all. Just one of those games that you should have had, but you didn't. It was disappointing. But back to this Buccaneers-Lions game, I'm picking Buccaneers in an upset. Yeah, a depleted team. Baker Mayfield has shown he can get it done with scraps out the garbage bin and beat off the. So why can't he get it done against the Lions, dude? Especially if that branch suspension holds. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
William.
Only reason why I lean more Lions this week, again, Lions coming off a hard loss, Buccaneers coming off a joyful win at home. Now you have to travel to Detroit. I think Lions are happy to come home. They're going to show them what business is about, I think, and handle this one. But I guess agree to disagree with that one, and we'll get on to Texans Seahawks in a tough one. Seahawks favored by 3.5. I'll jump out with it. I think this is a game where the Texans cover. I think Texans can win on the road, but I'm going to lean with the Seahawks barely. I think JSN has too good of a game, even versus
That's
Derek Stingley, and they edge it out by 1. Alex.
I'm going 20-10 Seahawks BTA.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Just feel like I haven't been able to trust the Texans for a little while now, and I don't think it's gonna seem to change here. As Tia here, yeah, she is not potting at this point. She's out doing her thing. For me, Bears can easily defeat the Saints, bro. I mean,
They can easily, but they
But will
also
they?
can lose. Yeah, will they? Hollywood for DJ Moore, I would.
no, I'm going 20-10 Seahawks on this one. Thoughts on Kendrick Bourne?
Kind of flash in the pan. I see what value you can get from him, because I think when Brock Purdy comes back, George Kittle comes back, you're going to see a lot less work for Kendrick Bourne.
Pretty fantastic, in my opinion, in his limited showing, though.
Oh, for sure. He's been a beast, especially with Mac Jones and their reports since their Patriots days.
Oh, there you go. We went over all our picks. Do you have anything else you want to say to anybody else? Want to chime in with some fantasy questions real quick before we wrap things up?
No, if anyone's got anything else, drop them real quick. If not, you guys have been awesome as always. Your comments mean the most to us. I know Alex and we try to do our best to put out a quality product for you guys, and you guys eating it up definitely helps. So thank you.
We'll keep on the shorts, and if you go on our page or Discord servers right there, join in. We do some Red Zone streaming on Junior, you came in a little late, man. Red Zone streaming on Sundays.
London, Adil. Sorry.
Hey, no, you're good. You're good. But yeah. No, we will be back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brandon will be here with us to have some number care of, and he'll be back with picks. And keep an eye on your For You page for shorts, and go check out our Discord server. We will be there, and either be square, man. You guys have a good one though.
Heck
Until next
yeah.
time.
Stay blessed.